Testing, check, check, check. Hello. Hi. Well, we are getting started. These are my Heliamphoras. We got a couple new pictures that just opened up. Specifically, this picture right here has just opened today, so I'm very excited. I call this guy Finger Eater because he looks like a Chinese finger trap. Makes you want to like stick your finger in him. But, anyways, Heliamphora. This is my little, I call it my Tepui, but it's, nothing too crazy. I wanted to do this video especially before this flower died on the Moctezuma pinguicula, because it reminds me of SpongeBob, the Bikini Bottom flower. Just what it reminds me of. So then I got a cephalotus. I got an orcianthe, which is an incredible, super rare Tepui plant. They're very hard to find. Very hard to find for sale. I think Flora Collaborative only sold like 3 of them last year. Here's our Utricularia alpina Henry Pitter. Just a tank of that. I got it to flower last year. Very excited. I even had at least one successful seed pod because I've gotten sprouts from the seeds, so I'm very excited. Show those later, but these guys, they get super big. They're very awesome. I just changed the light on them, so they don't look their best, but they're bouncing back, so I'm not too worried. But focus is on the Heliamphora. This tank that they're in is, I measured it, pre-measured it. It's 15 inches and 1/4 centimeter, or 15 and 1/4 inches. Sorry, Jesus. Ugh. But it's, everyone's been doing so much better. I've adjusted, I have 2 lights on here now. At first I thought that this pink light would be enough, because it is a really awesome light, but it's not, so I added this guy in. And I've upped their fertilizer too, because I was babying them quite a bit. But, everyone's doing really good. You'll see what I mean by, oh, this guy just opened the other day, right here. It's awesome. Heliamphora minor. Yes, Andres Westubia, clone number 1. Super awesome. They're really cool. I really, honestly, they're so cool. Sorry. My favorite would be the Shymentensis right here. Andres Westubia clone. Clone number, clone number 2. The Shymentensis, because if you've ever read, what is it? Savage Garden, there's a, for the Shymentensis, they specifically note about its smell and its sweet smell. You can smell it from a distance. And I just, as soon as I read that, I wanted to have one. So my goal is eventually to fill this entire tank up with just the Shymentensis. And I'll move all these other guys out and just have it as like a big natural air freshener in the living room. It'd be incredible. I really want to smell a mature Heliamphora pot. Supposedly it smells so good, like really sweet. So I'm very excited. So the Shymentensis, and specifically, is one of my favorites. But and then I have I call this guy a jaguar tongue, just because of how hairy he is. I'll go ahead and water everyone real quick. Also, I siphon the water out of here every night. I just did a ppm test. This water on the bottom here is 24 ppm, so very clean. I just kind of, essentially, I try and water these guys like this. I call this rain, and then I have a finer mist spray bottles for more of just a misting. But I found that these guys do not like osmocote feeding. You cannot feed them you can feed them osmocote pellets, but it kills the pitchers. So, yeah, no. I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want, I guess. You can throw them out in the sun too, but anyways. So I've had better success with the Maxi. It's a seaweed-based fertilizer. I believe it's a 14-14-14. It doesn't have all the micronutrients I would like, but I supplement that with a different, with Fluval, or not Fluval, sorry, Seachem Flourish. Jesus, all these names. I do Seachem Flourish micronutrient foliar sprays intermittently. Just it makes me feel better. Sorry, but yeah, I'll just kind of spray them all. I flush them out pretty regularly. I foliar spray them to feed them once a week. I did that yesterday. 167 parts per million, and I just kind of fill every pitcher up and give them a good soak. So I rinse these tanks out, or this tank out, so often. And again, even the water sitting in the bottom there is 24 parts per million. That's cleaner than your tap water, I guarantee it. So this McDonald day, he's honestly, I call him Chow because he died down to nothing. And then he put out the pitcher on the left, and then the pitcher on the right, and then his newest pitcher right in the middle, super veiny. He has been coming back with a vengeance, and I'm so happy. I got him for a steal. Sorry. So I'm very happy for him. He's coming back. He was at the point, really, I was going to throw him away. And so whenever I feel like I want to throw, like, I'm at the point to where it's like, ugh, I might as well just throw this guy away, I always wait one more month. Give him, you always have to give Chow a fighting chance, because it's all Chow ever needs. Hangover 3. But yeah, they're really awesome. The flowers on these guys are beautiful. I got a flower last Christmas, actually. I had a blooming Heliamphora flower on Christmas. I was able to gift it, so it was pretty awesome. Possibly even a world first. But I just, everyone's been doing really good with the upgraded lighting, and they're just really cool. Look into Heliamphora and the Tepuis. They're insane. If I don't know if you've ever seen Up. If you have a heart, maybe you need a good cry this week. I don't know. It's never a bad thing. But it essentially, they're not in. Technically, I would consider it a misstep on Disney. They did really good otherwise. They got the bromeliads, and they have orchianthes. You'll find this plant, the orchianthe, that bromeliad looking guy. Or not bromeliad, I don't know what you would even. He's just a spiky little fucker. He's awesome. But the adults of those get so big, they look so cool. Oh man, they look genuinely awesome. They're incredible. And one of my favorite plants. As far as Tepui plants, because it's very difficult to find Tepui plants, and they're generally very expensive, so it's hard to get them on at a discount. Always purified distilled water. I'm constantly flushing these guys because they come from, pretty harsh environments on the Tepuis. Bright light, cold weather, high winds, high rain. High UV, essentially. Some of the highest on Earth, apparently, which is pretty cool. But cold weather, high humidity, high UV. Interesting combination, right? Earth is pretty incredible. I really do enjoy like traveling the Earth through plants, and I just study the landscape and geography and the weather and everything, and just one day, again, it's like a dream to go there, but baby steps. So I can travel to northern Japan with my moss balls. I can go to Asia, South Africa. Like it's incredible. Plants really are. I've been trying to compile side tangents, but I've been trying to compile a list of universal loves, essentially, that are just worldwide, universal. Every human on Earth. Some of them are like needs that are also turned, hobby. like clothing. Everyone needs clothes, but then also there's fashion. No one needs fashion, right? Objectively. But you can also objectively say that fashion is, a worldwide love. So clothing, food is a worldwide love. Plants are a worldwide love. Pets in general, like dogs, cats, birds, fish, whatever. Those are worldwide loves, I'd consider. But yeah, there's not a lot, so it's really interesting to me. But plants are always just fascinating, and I really, if you watch up, you'll see a lot of the orchianthes, and I do have a bromeliad from the, I believe it's a Marie Tepui, uh, Boschiana reducta, I believe, but it's in a different tank. I don't have them in here. I gotta repot them actually into a bigger pot. I'm excited. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy to just show these guys off. This Newton's right here with this red unopened pitcher. And this guy, he's just started putting off mature pitchers, so I'm very excited for him. He's doing really good. Just, and then I got this guy is a hitchhiker. I don't actually have a confirmed name for him yet. I've been looking. I believe it's some kind of club moss, maybe, or a spike moss. But I'm looking to find exactly what that guy is, this hitchhiker. But he's pretty cool, so I'm keeping him. But yeah, I just wanna, you know, show these guys off. They're really awesome, and I feel like not enough people keep them. I don't ever let them get above 72 degrees, 74 tops. Like 74 for these guys are really hot, I would say. Again, they like very bright light, but also cold temperatures. So it's a little tricky. Like I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not insane and not insanely difficult to keep them. And obviously, you can see I keep many different kinds, and some to varying degrees of success more than others. So, but yeah, this is just my little Tepui section though. I got my Moctezumis, and it's a good showcase of carnivorous plants essentially, considering that all of these are carnivorous except for the Orsianthes. I don't believe is actually carnivorous. It might be a photocarnivorous. I'm not entirely sure. There's not a lot of research on these guys. There's barely any even pictures on them. There's maybe one of the rarest plants I own, actually, oddly enough. But in the cephalotus I've had for 6 months now, maybe, it's been doing pretty good. Just kind of letting it do its thing with the different utricularia in there. So a sundew, some, the Pinguicula primiflora, I believe, in the back there, Florida native. And then, yeah, Alpina. I've got, I don't know what to put here yet, but I'll figure out something. And then down here, these are my experimental Chinese moss balls. Essentially, they all came in super sick, essentially, so you'll notice they don't look good. So I figured, they don't look good, I might as well test them out and stress test them to see, So we'll see. I'm doing a few experiments on them. They did, essentially, I did a Chinese import and imported maybe like, I don't know, like 20 size guys around these size, about an inch and a half diameter. Decent size, but 5 of them came in terribly, terribly sick. It took a month for them to get to me from China. A little over a month, even. I don't even think they went through, I don't know if they went through customs. I don't know. It was an odd Amazon purchase, I'll say, and I'm not doing it again. Or I won't do it again. Even it's not worth saving the money. Which I'm still really excited to do some more moss ball videos. They're just, it's a lot. Oi, keeping plants. But these are some of my favorite guys to look at. They're really cool. I'm thinking this coming fall, maybe doing some divisions. But they're pretty awesome. I'm excited for him. I want to do an Andreas Westubia import this year, maybe. So possibly in this fall I'll do one. It depends. So deserving's pending. See if I can save up enough to make it worth it. At least import a few Heelys from him, because his website, it's like some of his prices are so reasonable. It's like, but you have to buy so many just to make up for shipping and the import costs. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. So it depends, because also if there's an EP order this spring, I am, obviously that's my priority over. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Because the last spring EP import from last year, my dad got me She-Hulk that I got in my tent, and as a cutting, and it was still, even as the cutting, it was, I don't know, because some of those super complex hybrids, like, they are awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but always a but. Complex hybrids make complex children, and if you're gonna pay a lot of money for something, you want it to guarantee what it is. So that's one reason why Borneo Exotics BE clones have such, you know, value, essentially, because they have such stable crosses that at least what you're getting when you're buying their plants, and most of them you can look up what adults look like. So, and you'll have maybe a slight genetic variant, but it's not going to be as crazy as, like a super complex hybrid. Just something to keep in mind. So, it's a lottery with plant genetics. It is a lottery. Better odds than the real lottery. So, there's that. But it is a lottery, and genetics, and just being able to, now it's just getting into fertilizer. I switched fertilizers for these guys to give them a more, again, nitrogen, essentially just a stronger general NPK boost. I don't do Max C on them every week. It's every other week I'll do Max C around 150 to 170 parts per million, and then intermittently I'll do a Fluval or a Seachem Flourish foliar spray around 100 to 120 parts per million intermittently, mostly for the micronutrients. The moss loves it. I slept in one day, and I feel terrible because you can see the white on the moss, and it's like, ugh. My sphagnum moss is my canary in the coal mine, essentially, for moisture levels. So it essentially tells me if I'm slacking first. But the first time I had moss dry up in here in a year of this tank being set up, but it figures. I almost didn't want to film because of it, but I figured whatever, it happens. It does happen. So you sleep in for 3 extra hours. Go figure, you went to bed late. Anyways, keeping plants, because you still got to get up and turn on the light and play light god, play water god, every morning. Can't miss it. So but yeah, these guys are super awesome. Let's do some more still shots. This guy right here, he's been in recovery essentially since I got him. He was in a slow decline. He's just now starting to come back. But sometimes you have to, be patient, realize your mistakes, and do better next time. So, I'm trying. So, everyone in here is putting off new pictures. They're all doing really good. I just got rid of, I had to be brave, essentially. Turns out you can use neem oil on heliumphoras. I found that out. the hard way, and brave way, essentially. It was just using it real sparingly, and it never, you know, it never really got rid of them. Then, like a few weeks ago, I was just said, I've had enough, and I did a hard spray on them and got rid of everyone. So I'm very happy. I'd get rid of them, and then they'd come back, and now it's been a week now. I've been heavily monitoring these guys and have yet to see any returns. So I'm very happy. But yeah, it was a little scary using pest spray on these guys because again, there's not a lot of research that's like easily available for these guys as far as pest spray and you know just general fertilizing and care. But yeah, I would say they're really awesome. It's one of my favorite sections in the whole house. Honestly, my little Tepui, but you just gotta keep going. I'm excited to divide some of these and not this fall, but maybe next fall, maybe start some sales would be exciting. Again, just gotta keep on replicating, but these are my Heliamphoras and assorted other guys, but I can't wait for. I'm hoping to try and get another flower from my alpinas this year. So keep better logs too of the flower. Also, I have pictures, but again, you can Google the pictures. They're really pretty. Utricularia alpina flowers. They're white orchioides family. Orchid-like essentially on the stalk, and you can see them. They're the orchid of carnivorous plants essentially. Heliamphora flowers are also very pretty, but yeah, I was really excited. They stopped doing whatever machine they were using. They stopped, so I'm happy. Across the street. So, but otherwise, everyone's doing good in here, and I'll just keep everything updated. So, yata. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing. Actually, probably a moss ball video coming up next. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not today, but this week for sure. Because I've been doing a couple tests I've been running, so we'll see. Otherwise, and they also look way better than my sad Chinese import rejects, essentially. So, but otherwise, I will see y'all when I see ya. Bye.